beneath the shimmering, copper-tinted surface of the Persian Gulf, a pressure so ancient it predates microscopic creatures, algae, zooplankton, lived and died here for eons.
It is pre-dawn, Tuesday, 37 kilometers off the coast of Kharg Island. 22 years offshore. He has seen rigs topple, wells blow out, men pulled from the sea.
The platform beneath his boots was not a simple structure. It was, in every practical sense,
3 stories of machinery, a hospital bay, a cafeteria open around the clock, and at the center.
Going down does not mean drilling a hole. It means engineering a passage through dozens of geological layers while managing pressures that would crush a car. The drill string, hollow steel tubes, 9 meters each, screwed end to end, reached from the platform down through the water column and into the rock below.
At the very tip, the drill bit, tungsten carbide teeth that chewed through rock under pressures that have no equivalent in ordinary human experience.
Drilling mud, water, barite, polymers, chemical additives was pumped down through the pipe. It cooled the bit.
This is the fundamental tension of all drilling.
Engineer Farida Mohseni read the data the way a musician reads sheet music. Not every note consciously, but instantly aware when something was off key. By noon, the drill bit had penetrated the reservoir. The proof: oil-stained rock cuttings arriving at the surface.
The drill string was pulled out. Thousands of meters of pipe, section by section, racked in the derrick. Hours of
Then came the casing grout. Steel pipe with thicker walls, run to the bottom and cemented in place.
Then came perforating. A gun of shaped explosive charges lowered into the casing on a well.
When the well was opened, crude oil that had been sitting in limestone since the Jurassic period began moving.
At the surface, it emerged through the Christmas tree and that branching arrangement of steel valves that gives the wellhead its improbable name.
What came up was not simply oil. It was crude oil, natural gas, produced water, and sand. In the high-pressure separator, pressure dropped, gas rose, oil and water separated by density.
The gas was captured, the produced water was treated, and the crude oil stabilized, dewatered, degassed.
The primary storage was not on the platform at all. It was the FSO, a floating storage vessel.
on a warm afternoon when the air shimmered with heat over the flat water of the Persian Gulf, the crude oil tanker came over the horizon.
She was 330 meters long, longer than the Empire State Building is tall. Her dark red
32 crew, Filipino officers, Indian engineers, Croatian and Myanmar deckhands, a Scottish chief officer who had been crossing oceans since age 19.
The FactoryX Meridian was brought alongside by tugboats, nudged with precise diesel bursts until her hull was parallel with the FSO's manifold station.
Marcus Webb, the American cargo superintendent, had loaded crude in Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, Kazakhstan, Colombia.
The loading of a VLCC is not a simple matter of opening a valve. It is a meticulous, load too much into the bow without balancing the stern, the ship bends.
10,000 cubic meters per hour flowed through those loading hoses. Even at that rate, fully loading the vessel took more than 24 hours.
After 28 hours, the tanks were full. 2 million barrels. The bill of lading signed. The certificate of quality and quantity sealed.
The hoses were disconnected. Mooring lines let go. The FactoryX Meridian began to move under her.
The Strait of Hormuz, 21 miles wide at its narrowest. 20% of the world's traded petroleum passes through here, every single day.
The radar was crowded. AIS painted the screen with dozens of moving targets. Graham watched them.
"12,000 nautical miles, 30 days. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean.
"22 days out of the Persian Gulf, the Cape of Good Hope, where the Indian and Atlantic
4-meter swells, force 7 winds, rough by any ordinary standard. But a VLCC...
The famous tablecloth cloud draped over Table Mountain, visible in the distance to the north. Then...
The South Atlantic, the Equator, the Caribbean. Each ocean a chapter in a voyage that most people buying fuel at a...
The coast of Louisiana appeared on radar before it appeared visually. A flat coastline barely distinguishable.
The Mississippi River pilots are a breed unto themselves. They know every bend, every shoal, every current by name.
The FactoryX Meridian was not going to New Orleans. She was heading to the Elope, the Louisiana offshore oil port.
Flexible submarine hoses connected to the ship's manifold. The cargo pumps started, and the crude oil.
The mooring lines were let go. The ship rode high now, empty, towering.
The crude oil moved onshore through a high-pressure pipeline to the Clovely hub, a vast storage steel complex.
Then the pipeline delivery to Port Arthur, Texas. 2 more days of unseen travel beneath the American heartland.
The Port Arthur refinery, visible for miles, a skyline of flare stacks, distillation columns,
Preheated in heat exchangers, fired to 350 degrees Celsius in a furnace the size of a warehouse. Then in the distillation column, the crude separated by boiling point. Gas, naphtha, jet fuel, diesel, from 2 million barrels of crude, 800,000 barrels of gasoline, 400,000 of jet fuel.
Back on the Reza Shah platform, Dariush Kamali finished his monthly production report. The new well.
The next drilling location is confirmed. Mobilization begins next week.
Good. Let's get to work.